Save the pig! What the heck? A pig with a party hat. Hello, Mr. Piggy. Ziggy Piggy. Save the pig, the game. The whole game you're trying to save the pig's life. Help!
And I'm trying to transfer the armor over, and I'm like, wait a minute. Now I know for a fact he had a piece of equipment that gives him the critical hit. I can't find it. Wait a minute, where are the hand crossbows that I've had him use the whole game? I'm looking, none of it's there. Huh? So the game programmers at Larian had the foresight to say, well, if we have a character leave, they got to give you the items from their inventory because they might have a quest item in there, right? And if there's a quest item in their inventory and they leave, you can't complete the quest. You could soft lock the game. And they didn't want that to happen. But they didn't think enough forward to say, oh yeah, by the way, if a person leaves your party, they have equipment on them, and they should also give you their equipment, right? How would I have known that a character leaving my party means that he leaves with unique critical items that I built over the course of the game specifically for his build, and now because those items are gone, I can never use that build ever again. And it's true. With this particular build that I made, I can never have that kind of combination of attacks or gameplay ever again. It's lost. Alright? Now, here's the thing. Because some people have been defending this. Alright? And here's the thing again. I'm all for having your choices in any game have consequences. There's too many games today where it's the illusion of choice. You make a choice and didn't really affect anything. This was going to happen no matter what. I don't like games like that. I like games where your choices directly impact the results and the plot and all of that. I really enjoy that. I'm okay with actually having a character who's written to basically kind of be like a spoiled brat, like Asterion is, and that's okay. I'm not arguing with the character. The character's fine. But if I make a moral choice and he's going to leave, all right, I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is the game now having a new game mechanic, never explained ever throughout the entirety of the game, and a game mechanic that they had enough foresight to say, we don't want to soft lock you, so we're going to give you all of his inventory, but then he's going to run away with all the items that he has equipped. It doesn't make sense, okay? It just doesn't. You might say, well, what's he going to do? Strip naked when he leaves your party? Yeah. Because here's what should happen. If he says, well, I'm leaving, immediately you should say, hold up. We just went through a 120-hour journey together. And if you're leaving, that's on you. And I give you the option to leave if you want to leave the party. But if you're leaving, you give me all your shit right now. And then there should actually be dialogue between you and the character, hashing it out. Maybe there's a persuasion check. Maybe there's an intimidation check. And then the option should be either you just let him go scot-free, or you have to convince him to give you your items back, or you fight him. And if you win, you keep the items, right? That's what should have happened. Not, oh, he decides to leave. He disappears from the fucking game. Literally, he just goes, bloop, he's gone. They wipe him from game's existence. And now you have no option whatsoever to get your shit back. That's bad game design. And you might say, well, your actions should have consequences. Yes, if you're going to lose the character, that's the consequence. And give me the extra step of role-playing to have that dialogue so we can now determine what happens, because you're choosing to break our camaraderie, our fellowship. You're the one doing it, not me. I'm not sending you off. You decided to leave. So now we have to hash this out, right? Seriously, that's bullshit.
Yeah, try me, Vivi. I need journalism difficulty.
You don't just get to steal everything, right? If you are in a relationship and you break up, does one person in the night steal everything in the fucking house and run out the door? No, you have to hash out who keeps what, right? It shouldn't be like this at all. It's absolutely terrible writing. And Zero says it was his stuff. Wrong. It was the party stuff. It was the party stuff, because everything earned that he had equipped on him is the party's property because they earned it together through their fellowship and camaraderie, not him doing it alone. If there was shit on him that he had earned completely by himself, you have the right to leave with it. None of that shit was his. It was everyone's to divvy out as appropriate during their working together. Once you're leaving, now you got to determine what you get to leave with. It's that simple. There should have been that extra level of RPG, you know, gameplay, and they didn't. Instead, they copped it out. He literally disappears from the game. Huh? How is that role-playing? Oh, I blipped you out of existence. Bloop! What the fuck are you talking about? Right? That's terrible gameplay. It is. It's bad writing. It's bad programming. It's bad gameplay. I'm sorry, you're never going to convince me different. They could have done that a million ways better to make it feel more like a real RPG, where you're playing the role of your character. I made the moral choice. Now we got to hash it out if you're going to leave. You don't just disappear from fucking existence and get away scot-free with all my shit.
Oh my god, he's drinking salt.
And now, continuing on with the playthrough, now I have to decide what I'm going to do next, because I basically can't have that build in my party ever again. I respect Minsk to kind of be it, but no matter what equipment I put on him, he's never going to be as good as Asterion was. Asterion got off scot-free with the best equipment. Now, some people are like, well, why don't you reload? Because I don't want to. The whole point is that I'm living with my decisions. He should leave. That's fine. If he leaves and he's out of the plot or whatever, you know, and I think he's a baby too. And here's the other thing too, because people are like, well, you should live with the consequences of your decision. Well, actually, it's not fair because you're not allowed to. Because my decision was, I don't want him to become the vampire lord, so I don't sacrifice thousands of vampire spawn. Then he breaks the staff on his knee anyway. So now the vampire spawn are already screwed. You basically negated my decision. Basically, the decision was either go with Asterion and do what he wants, or else get a bad ending. Well, that's not a decision at all. That's a trick. It really is. That's a trick. That's bad writing. And there's no way to know you're going to get the bad end by making the moral choice, especially, you know, you've been going the whole playthrough like this. That's bullshit. And so, I think what it is, a lot of people would have said, hey, we're just gonna, you know, we're gonna reload. I'm not gonna reload. You know, it sucks that that's where they went with that writing. Now, the funny part about it is some people have been telling me, well, you understand that if you had high affinity with Asterion, it wouldn't have gone down like that. If you had high affinity, then you can convince him otherwise, right? Well, guess what? I can't have high affinity because I'm doing a moral choices roleplay. The whole playthrough, I've been trying to make the best moral choices, right? There's been a few here or there that are very tenuous, I would say. But for the most part, I'm going with the moral choices, so I'm going to live with that. So apparently, you just can never have a good outcome with Asterion if you're a moral person in this game. That's essentially what they're saying. You would have had to make bad choices that he likes.
He's talking so much. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up.
Okay, everyone, hello. Phil here, making an impromptu video. Wasn't planning on doing this today, but I guess some stuff is going on either behind the scenes or publicly. I have no clue. As you know, I don't get wrapped up in drama. I try to stay out of it as much as I can, okay? But there's a situation going on right now, and I just want to clarify it from my perspective. All right? Take that as you will. So, over the weekend, I had someone come on my streams. Their name was One's 2 Cents. And, you know, they were very supportive. They contributed to one of my streams. And behind the scenes, they shot me an email. And they said, I like how you handled the situation with Rich and Jay, his editor. Alright? Now, for those who don't know, I don't know anything about this. I don't follow the real situation. For them to understand, I guess Rich, Review Tech USA, had an editor who he paid to do a lot of work for him, and I guess they're having some kind of a dispute where he got fired and he thinks that Rich owes him money. I have no clue. Okay? I don't pay attention to any of this. I don't care about the drama of others. Alright? But someone had asked me a week or two ago about it on stream, and I said, you want to know my honest answer? I don't care. I don't care if Rich is having some kind of a falling out with his viewership and audience and now they don't like him because they think he did something bad. In truth, here's my rationale and thought when it comes to this kind of stuff, alright? I wish everyone the best. I want everyone to be happy, and I feel like if everyone was doing well and was happy, no one would be nasty to each other in life or on the internet or anything, right? Like, if everything was going good and everyone had good stuff going on, why are you going to go after someone else, right?
You're the biggest hypocrite on the planet.
Because for me, when I'm happy and things are going well, I only think about enjoying that. I don't think about, oh, let's go attack someone else and have a bad time. And maybe you're someone like Rich, the fact that he makes content that's derogatory to others, you know, gossip shit. Maybe that's why he does it. I don't know. Maybe he's just unhappy in his own life. Who knows, right? But I'm not involved in any of this shit. Because people were like, well, are you happy that things are falling apart for Rich? And I answered, no, I'm not happy that things are falling apart for Rich. I don't care about it particularly. But at the same time, just because there's someone who I feel has done me wrong in my life, I don't wish them hurt. I don't wish them discomfort or pain. I wish everyone could be happy and just get along in their own lanes or whatever and not bother each other, right? That's my perspective, okay?
Very, very, very hypocritical.
People are saying, oh, the game music is playing while I do this? We should just leave the game music playing. I'm gonna leave the game music playing while I do this. Why not? The epic Baldur's Gate music in the background as I make this video. This is pretty funny, huh? Alright, so anyway, that's all I had to say. I wish Rich well. I hope that whatever happens, you know, I don't wish him poorly just because personally, this guy is having negative stuff going on for him. I'm not happy for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to be involved. I don't care. I just want everyone to be happy, right? So I guess some people like that response. They thought, oh, Phil will be reveling that because someone who's made fun of him for years would be in a miserable position, and he's not doing that, and they respected that. And I think One's 2 Cents was one of those people. And so he contacted me over the weekend and said, would you be interested in having like a chill stream with Jay? I guess Jay is the former editor of Rich, because he's a really down-to-earth guy, he's a nice guy, and he's expressed interest in you and maybe talking with you. And I don't know Jay, I don't know anything about him at all. I've never had a conversation with him, I've never heard him speak, nothing. I know nothing about him. And so I got this email, I said, alright. So I went on Twitter, and I realized I had Jay blocked. Now, probably it's because during the years that he worked for Rich, him and Rich have done derogatory tweets and things about me. So probably that's what it was, and I probably just blocked it to stop nonsense on my timeline. So I unblocked him, and I sent him a DM.
Pathetic excuse for a content creator. Way to show that you are a relic who is not pertinent anymore, because you have to make drama content.
He tries to make his channel like that, where it's full of drama.
When?
It's all drama, so that he can get more views.
And I was like, hey, so I've heard that, you know, you're interested in maybe having a chill stream or something. You know, we can talk about that. My perspective is if we do it, we shouldn't even bring up Rich at all. It should just be a stream where we just talk and hang out or whatever, right? And so he responded back and he's like, well, that sounds good. You know, my perspective is I want to have positive fun with games. Maybe we could just have a stream where we just talk about whatever we're doing, what we do and stuff like that. And we went back and forth for a couple days now, like once a day. Like, it'll be night and I'm going to sleep and I'm checking all my stuff like, oh yeah, let me see if he sent me a DM, and I'll check and it'll be like, oh, okay, you know, he responded, let me respond back. We've been going back and forth for like a few days on it, okay? Where we had left it was Jay said that he wanted to have you know, a chill stream, but he wanted to talk behind the scenes first. Like, maybe let's have a one-to-one conversation before we agree to a stream. Let's just have a conversation about it, personally, offline, not public. I was like, okay, how do you want to have it? You know, we can talk on the phone, or, you know, we can try to figure a video chat or whatever. I can do it maybe after my late stream or whatever. Like, that's literally it. And that's where we left it. And I actually responded to him last night with that, okay? So come to find out, people are telling me now, oh, are you aware that he's talking shit about you on his Twitter? Oh, I don't pay attention. I don't know what's going on. So I just went to his Twitter, and he literally just said on his Twitter, oh, you see, Phil is Phil, and he's never going to have a serious conversation, and he's not interested in a real interview, and therefore I'm not interested in doing it, even if it gets 100,000 views. And I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? When did we say this? Right? Like, what? We were having a behind-the-scenes conversation in DMs on Twitter about having a chill stream, possibly, and the next step was to have, like, an offline conversation, not public, about the specifics of how we could do it and what we would talk about, and it wouldn't even involve Rich. It wouldn't be a drama conversation, okay? On his timeline on his Twitter, he's literally saying, I can read it right now. I just posted it up, by the way, on my Twitter timeline.
That's the definition of a drama queen, seriously.
The DSP thing was something I wanted to do because he reached out to me and that never happens. I thought we'd get a little more insight into Phil if he opened up. However, he obviously only wants to do a fluff interview despite Rich, which I find funny for someone saying they don't want to get involved in drama. At this point, I don't think we will ever get any truth from him, but I tried. What? Yes, everyone was right. Phil is Phil. He'll never talk about anything serious. What are you talking about? Like, literally, what the hell are you talking about? I have no clue. That's not what we were even talking about. So it sounds to me, I hate to say it, it sounds to me this guy is a snake. He was trying to bait me into some kind of a conversation. And then eventually he was going to talk about personal shit or whatever, right? Exactly. Is it even the same person I'm talking to? It's on the same Twitter account. The DMs are attached to the same account where he's posting. This sounds to me like this guy's either, like, bipolar, he's two personalities, or I'm talking to two different people on the same Twitter account, or I don't get it. Alright? But just so you guys know, I had no interest in doing that. He said, if someone told me he's a chill, down-to-earth guy, he'd like to have a chill stream with you just to talk about games or whatever. That's what I proposed. He said, yeah, that's what I would like to do. Let's have an offline conversation about it. Okay, how do you want to do it? And then I find out he's posting that up on his Twitter timeline. Get a life. No, really, Jay, get a life. I know what the fuck you're talking about. I know what you're trying to bait me into. I'm not doing nothing. Get the fuck out of here. Alright? That's the God's honest truth of what's going on, and I'm not involved with it anymore. Obviously, I'm not going to talk to the guy again. Fuck him. In fact, you know what? I should have known better. Correct? Here we go. And let's go right ahead and go ahead and block him again.
Banned, 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 banned. Gone. Forever.
You're blocked. Now I don't have to deal with it anymore. Now he can't DM me, and now I can move on with my fucking life, right? Okay, great. Excellent. Thanks for listening to this bullshit video that I had to make to clear it up, and now I can move on with my life and not have to worry about nonsense anymore. Thanks for listening. Okay.
There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.